Before we get started in this video, I would like to say that I do point out ways that you're able to do the same type of photography or videography without the expensive equipment that I mentioned in this video. I talked throughout the video about cheaper ways and even free ways that you can do it, so please stick around. Don't be deterred by the fact that you don't have the fancy equipment. I say fancy because I'm using cheap equipment, but the fancy equipment that I have in this video, I do provide free ways to do exactly what I'm doing at home with just basically a janky tripod and a table and some weights. Thank you. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Today we're going to be learning about something that you probably see in a lot of videos on YouTube, but you maybe have never really thought too much about it, and now you're here to learn about it, or you just want to know more about how these videos are done, and that is taking product photography or videography shots. And this tutorial is going to be about the top-down version and how these big tech YouTubers are getting really clean, nice, awesome shots very easily and for very cheap. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm going to say right up front, the materials that I needed for this, the only thing I had to buy was a 58-cent, I think it's 58 cents. Yeah, 58-cent piece of like art paper, like the cardboard paper that you buy from like Target or Walmart or any like generic store like that. I do, however, have some things already, and that includes this light box right here. You can buy this exact light for like $48 on Amazon. It comes with two of them. It's like the cheapest set of lights you can get on Amazon or basically anywhere. This is like a super budget tutorial, but I do already have lights. You don't necessarily need them. If you have good natural light, that would work perfectly as well, but I just like to have more controlled lighting, so I do have that. The other thing that I do have, and I'll explain later why you don't need to have this, but it's just a nice to have, is I have a tripod that allows me to actually bend the head straight down, so I can basically aim the DSLR straight down, which is great obviously for what we're about to do. Other than that, the only thing I really had to purchase was this big piece of paper is the only thing I bought. I actually bought two of them. I bought this one and then a colored one. The colored one I think ended up costing like $1.19, but I mean under $2 for both those pieces of paper, and you're gonna be able to do some pretty cool top-down product shots really quickly. So to jump into it, the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is set up your piece of paper so it's obviously flat on the ground, flat on a table, something on a flat surface, because this is going to be the bottom layer of the whole shot. Basically, everything that you could do is gonna be on top of this piece of paper. So you put the piece of paper down on a flat surface, and then from there, you're gonna take the main thing you wanna take a picture or a video of. In my case, I literally just picked up my Xbox controller from the couch in the other room, and I was like, this is great. It has like little green accents, so it's kind of cool, but it also just has like a very plain front. So it goes with the first theme that I wanted to do, which was like black and white. So you'll see, I'll post a picture up right now of how this actually came out, so you can kind of see what we're going for here. But yeah, this is what I'm actually going to be taking a picture of. This is just my Xbox controller. Now, the next thing you're gonna need, this is very subjective. The next thing you're gonna need are things or gadgets around your house or apartment that complement the color or just completely go against the color. And what do I mean by that? Well, technically, like if you have, like I have a white piece of paper, blacks, basically anything is gonna go with that white piece of paper. But if I have a yellow piece of paper, technically only certain colors are gonna go with that. But if you go with like a red color for your gadgets, it's really gonna pop against the color of the paper. So it's all just preference, what you think stands out the most. If you want things to stand out, if you don't, if you want them to blend in, whatever you want to do, pick gadgets that are those colors. Here in my hand, I actually have two examples. So I have a black ruler, literally just a black metal ruler, and then I also have a black candle with a black interior, and like it's black everywhere. It does have writing here, and it does have a sticker there from when I purchased it, but we're gonna hide those in the picture. So as you can see, I have two black little accent gadgets, and these are just things I picked up around the house. Another one I decided to use was my lens cap. For the lens I'm using right now, like literally anything that's the color that you want, you can mix and match colors. I'm doing a black and white theme here, so I have black trinkets, a white background, and kind of like a gray controller. But on my yellow one, I'll post the picture now, I actually used red accents. So I had a little wire from my Rode microphone. I had an extra red Apple Watch band that I had laying around, and I used a white Apple mouse. But as you can see, this is why I'm saying this is a super cheap, cool effect that has a really big impact on production value of anything you're doing, because these are just things I picked up around my apartment. They didn't cost me any money. I didn't have to go out of my way to get them. They were already here. Like I can find something in this apartment right, like look, okay, this lighter is blue. Like it's a nice blue color. Look at that. Like with this, the piece of paper I have is basically the same color as my sweatshirt. I mean, this would like pop super well in that. This red candle right here, again, the color, I'm looking in the viewfinder now, but the color, it looks really nice. against this yellow. And these are just things I'm picking up literally right here. Like, look, one last example, my blender bottle cap has a nice Tiffany blue here, the darker blue. I mean, like even that, if I laid it down flat, would look good, just the cap, obviously not the whole bottle. But the point I'm trying to make is you can use anything from around your apartment. You don't have to spend a lot of money on this. It's a super, super cheap setup thing to do. And right now I'm gonna cut into a little vlog portion to kind of show you how the actual thing is completely set up from start to finish. All right, we're switching to vlog style for a second here, just because I can give you like a better view of what the actual setup looks like, rather than just like overlaying clips and talking to you completely. I wanted to give you like a better view of what I'm actually doing here. So if you look at the actual setup right now, I just have one Limo Studio light, and this is literally like 30 bucks on Amazon for 2 of them, pointed almost straight down at the piece of arts paper that we bought from Target for 58 cents. And all I'm doing is I have my DSLR set up here, and my tripod has this ability to kind of like, there's a ball here at the top, so I can actually tilt the head straight down. Now, this is why I wanted to do like a vlog style part right here, because if you don't have this, let's say you don't have this fancy tripod with this fancy head and it doesn't, go out that way. A hack you could do if you wanted to. Okay, so I have this monopod. We're just gonna pretend that that DSLR is on the end of this monopod. If I wanted to get the same angle that I'm getting right here on this tripod right here, you could literally do something like pull out this chair, put your DSLR facing downwards, put some heavy weight on that end to keep it still, and it would work almost exactly the same way. I mean, I could do the same thing here. I could put it right here on the edge of this table, DSLR facing down, heavy weight here, so you're getting the same angle that I'm getting here. It's just a lot more of a rigged setup. If you don't have the money or the tripod already, you can definitely do something like this. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the whole setup. You got the tripod. I kind of showed you a quick little easy hack on how to do it without a tripod. But yeah, I mean, this whole thing is super cheap, and you'll see a lot of big tech YouTubers are doing this because it's so cheap and easy to do. It does provide a lot of production value. One little caveat that I would point out though is I'm using one big softbox light up here. If I was doing this for a real video or I wanted it to look a little bit better, I'd probably use 2 and come at different directions, so that way there's flat lighting across the entire picture, because in my picture you can kind of see there's a little bit of a drop shadow on some of the items, and this style of videography or photography, this top down, you really don't want to get those shadows. A lot of times it's more of a flat lighting, so you can kind of see you kind of lose the dimension in there, which is interesting, but it's just how it's done. So yeah, if I was going to do it for real, I'd probably get a second light, which like I said, that Amazon kit came with 2 lights, so I could, but I just didn't. But anyways, guys, I hope I provided enough options for y'all to do different colors. If you have different equipment, you can use, natural lighting. You can use the janky tripod laying flat on a table with a bunch of weight on one end with your camera facing down on the other end. It works. I've done it. I promise it works. Just basically providing opportunities for people who don't have super expensive equipment to be able to do this same sort of thing. If you do like it, if you do enjoy, I really hope you do, because these are really fun for me to make. Go ahead, comment if you have any questions, like it, subscribe if you like the video, if you like me. If not, no worries. But please do if you do. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, by the way, do you like the yellow sweatshirt? I think I dig it. I really do. All right, see you guys.